Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino, back for my post-market wrap-up on this. Well, I really don't even want to say lovely because it really wasn't very lovely today. That's the truth here. Thursday, May 24th, 2018. Still look very volatile with regard to this market. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down as much as 280 points at one time today. Finished down only about 75. I tried to take advantage of some of this volatility today. About 10 a.m. I bought calls on SPY. I held that position for like 2 hours and made a whopping $82. That's okay. I guess it's better than losing, right? But we got some very, very, very interesting news today. You know what? Let's cover that first. So we found out, and I love the way they spin this, existing home sales plunged because of lack of supply. But what they won't tell you, it's not really a lack of supply. They really think that you're dumb. They don't want you to know that it's frankly a lack of affordable housing. There are plenty of houses on the markets. In my neighborhood here, they're everywhere and they keep building them, but they're out of the price range of the average guy or the average girl. Let me just say this again real quick, and I've covered this a million times. When any asset whatsoever moves above the ability for the average person on an average salary to afford it, you have a bubble. Very simple. It could not be easier to understand how you can recognize bubbles. That's the truth. Now this really bothered me today. So Pfizer, the company Pfizer, we found out today you're not going to be too surprised about this, but they were engaged in some kind of illegal activity where they got kickbacks. Okay. They're getting fined a whopping, we're talking about Pfizer here, a whopping $23 million fine, not one arrest. Zero. Double standard, wouldn't you say? No one cares. It's the funniest thing. I posted this on Facebook. Barely anybody responds to it. And then, they yell about injustice. Well, this is injustice. And no one cares about it. It's a double standard. Corporate America, banks, whatever, they can do whatever they want to do. And this was very evident, I think, in 2008. And, no one was really held to account for that. And the same thing is going to happen here. And everyone's going to run around, oh, why was it something done? Because you don't care enough. People don't care enough to say, hold on a minute here. Where were the arrests? No one got in trouble. Why? It's too stupid to be stupid. Speaking about 2008, we found out today that housing, going back to housing real quick, the prices of housing has exploded to the upside, and we're seeing a mirror image of right before when the bubble popping in 2008 regarding housing. Crazy stuff. So, the writing is on the wall. The echoes of 2008 have now become screams. That's the truth. Out of control. The dollar didn't do too much today. Metals put on a nice gain. Propping up of the bond market off the Richter scale. With all this geopolitical stuff going on, the market's going to shrug this off. Don't even be concerned about it. I mean, honestly. The market's going to adjust to this as long. Listen, mark my words here. Really, you want to make money in this market. You want to capitalize on what's going on here. All you need to do, the only thing that you need to do, is understand or have the most basic understanding of what's going on in the bond market. If they continue to suppress that 10-year yield, and they have been massively successful to do that. I mean, they've been buying bonds like these were the last bonds on earth for the past couple of days. Really managed to suppress that 10-year yield. If they can keep it here, and I think they're going to be able to do that because, again, they don't care. They're going to print cash out of thin air, add it to a digital screen. They do not even dream about how it's going to affect your purchasing power or the dollar. They don't care. They want it melted down. President Trump said it. Wants a weak dollar. That means doesn't care about you. Doesn't care about your purchasing power. Oh, but you're getting some tax cuts. Remember that? Well, it's kind of offset by the weak dollar, so you get zero. Actually, probably in the negative. That's the truth. But you won't hear this anywhere else. Of course, you know that. These are the facts, people. But to capitalize on this market, just watch the bond market. Watch the 10-year. This market will shrug everything off while the Federal Reserve still has its foot to the floor, continues to buy bonds, artificially suppress interest rates from here to eternity. Just watched that movie last night, by the way. I would recommend, with the Burt Lancaster. Good movie, really good. Anyway, where was I? I'm like losing it. So anyway, seriously, that's what we need to watch. Bond market, the dollar weakness is going to continue. They will punish that dollar. They will suppress interest rates. Companies are going to buy back more shares of their own stock. We're going to see rigging in the metals markets, pressure on cryptocurrencies. This is the game. It's a really disgusting game, but a game nonetheless. And I think we can stay ahead of this curve just by putting a few things together and make it work. That's it. That's where I'm at with this whole thing. All right. With that said, let's reconvene tomorrow morning, and we'll rediscuss the loveliness at that time. Over and out.